He is, and I'll let you visit Alan. He's informed Alan that they are developing something, and I'm instructed Alan's staff to develop our plan during the break, and then we will discuss that after the break. Am I correct, Alan?
Did he tell us, I understand he's told his cabinet to go start finding the new budget to create, essentially.
I suspect that would be prudent. We've asked for that. Yes, sir. Do you have questions about budget, Chairman Allen? You want him to address?
Things of that nature, so that's always a good start, but that is clearly not the end result of where we will all be just from a monetary standpoint.
As it relates to dealing with the current budget crisis, is this really sort of a two-year process that you're beginning with the governor's office now, not just talking about fixing the
Right.
budget that you've got to pass this year, but also dealing with, everybody says 2012 is going to be just horrible and awful, and as many words as they can come up with.
Right. I would agree. This is a two-year process, with the first year hopefully laying the foundation so that the appropriate level of actions can be taken next year. And of course, I think everyone in the room knows the current 2011 budget has at least $900 million of what we believe is one-time money. So if nothing else, when the $900 million goes away for 2012, that will have to be addressed.
You talked to Governor Nixon about fully funding K through 12, and how realistic is that?
Well, it's in the bills. Now, does it survive the light of day till they land on the governor's desk? I don't know. It's a process. So people have different priorities, and we'll see where it goes.
With the
subs that you introduced on the budget, do you anticipate having to make more cuts from that, or if that budget, as you submitted it, would go through, would that suffice?
Well, as the speaker said, part of that depends on how fast the governor's office can move, and as we work together. We, as you know, have a calendar that we're working on to get the budget bills to the Senate. And as I've communicated to the governor's office, at the House end, at our end, we don't have a lot of time remaining to take up the budget and pass it through committee and the floor. So I honestly don't know if we have time to come to some resolution on what we do while the bill's in the House. And if not, obviously the Senate will have the budget bills for 3 to 4 weeks, and action can be taken there. I think that's very likely. It's possible, very possible.
How much have you cut from the governor's recommended budget, and how much more do you think might be necessary?
At the end of the day, as the subs were dropped, and again, we're talking general revenue, not all funds, but general revenue was approximately $50 million. From what the governor said, and there are really two issues. One is what to do with the $300 million, which may or may not come from the federal government. The other is, and I believe the House Senate Governor's Office we've all agreed that we need to take another look at the consensus revenue estimate for 2011 and to take one more pass at the CRE, which I think everyone in the building expects that number to go down.
You put $100 million of the $300 million into prisoner care, $200 million in Medicaid.
Right.
I'm told there's another $110 million in extra stimulus.
No, now that was just, we're talking about well, if you're talking about the $900 million or the $300 million, because the $900 million is throughout the budget and it's just general revenue, so we don't know where the $900 million actually is.
Okay. With that $300 million, why did you put it in those areas?
Because those areas need to be funded.
But some would say that boxes the governor in if the money doesn't come through.
Does it really?
Does it not?
Ask the governor.
Absolutely does. And
Ask the governor.
I'll tell you.
We introduced.
We're still looking
yeah.
for a plan. What did I say?
Yep. We introduced the governor's bills.
Speaker, you're saying you want to box the governor in.
No, I just want to see a plan laid out. We can stand up together, just like we said a minute ago, and work through a common sense plan that we do it together.
I would be a little surprised if the governor's office has not at least initiated some of that work that needs to be done. And again, given the time that we have left in the House, we may not be able to get the new CRE number developed. But again, we still have 3 to 4 weeks in the Senate. So overall, I think there's enough time to develop that and decide what action needs to be taken between the House, Senate, and Governor's office. But our calendar's getting really, really tight, and I'm really feeling the pressure of getting the bills through the Budget Committee and through the House floor.
Okay.
For whomever, there are a couple of bills that
We've got a Senate bill that came over from the Senate. We don't think it's strong enough, and I assume that our chairman, Kevin Wilson, will make it a bill that's a little more significant because we think they took the easy way out. He's filing a House bill today, and so we'll have to sit down with the chairman and the speaker to find out which bill we want to move. But I will tell you, it was under the speaker's leadership. It was a priority from day one. I think the committee process has worked in an unprecedented way, and I can tell you we're going to send a strong, significant, aggressive ethics bill from the House.
President Tiller, where do you see campaign limits?
Well, I think you had the discussion in the Senate, and Republicans and Democrats argued that with limits you have far more transparency. You can look at the federal system that has limits. President Obama's coming in, and you can give $4,800 or you can give $50,000 and sit at his table. It's a perfect example of how the limits don't work and how they force people to move money around where there's less transparency. Now, I told you from day one that if a limit comes out of committee that I will support it, but I think the Senate has a different version of it.